Good morning, everyone. I'm Susan Nutowitz with letsfeelexcellent.com, or the YouTube channel by the same name. And in this blog, I'm going to make another smoothie for you. So these recipes aren't as exciting as the raw gourmet, the more complicated dishes that mimic cooked foods or your cooked food dishes. But these are the building blocks of your health, because these are the ones that open your cells, clean out your cells, and allow you to have the state that you need for whatever you want to do. And it allows you to have the energy that you want for whatever you want to do. So I'm making breakfast, and so I just said, okay, I'm going to take a few minutes from my run time, and I'm just going to do this for you, because some of you are poking around YouTube and you're poking around the internet looking at this raw food thing going, wow, the results look pretty amazing, but is it all cracked up to be? And one question I know you have is, how do these people eat in-season fruit, the same kind of fruit, day after day after day? Don't they get bored of this stuff, you know? When all the other stuff is advertised and socially accepted, it's in your face all the time, you know, like the cheese and the fatty foods and the cooked foods and the meats and all of that. It's just everywhere. So I want to support you and empower you into some really delicious smoothies and add variety to your lexicon of meals. And then it's easy. It's really easy. I like bananas straight up, but then you know, I need to mix some things in there to add variety to my smoothies too. And then nothing ever gets dull. Everything's exciting. Every bite is exciting. Every bite is fulfilling that way. Or with a smoothie, we're actually mixing it with our saliva, but we're not really biting it. You know, there's not really anything to bite there. So some people go, well, they saw all those vlogs that I did on apples, right? And that was because it was the season for apples, and it still is. Apples can be stored for a long time, but we want to eat our fruit ripe, tree ripened, and also we want to eat it preferably in season. The world is smaller, so the nice thing about the winter season fruits is their season is very long. It's pretty much the whole year, and we can flop with Australia and New Zealand, because their summers are opposite to ours. So we're in winter right now in America, and down there, they're in summer, and just the opposite. So because of the different poles, they're on a different pole than us. So that's kind of cool that we can get whatever our hearts desire whenever we want. But, you know, more we want to get to food that's grown in our area, if we can get it, and organic food too. Okay, so today I'm going to do one of my favorite smoothies, which is banana lilikoi. Lilikoi is a Hawaiian word for passion fruit. Easy for us to grow here. They're quite abundant, but you might not have them. So if you don't have passion fruit that's reasonable to you, you can use any juicy fruit, like oranges are great. Okay, so here we go. This is the smoothie. And I'm going to make this smoothie, say, for all of you folks that might be healing diverticulosis. Those little pockets in the intestines, you know, those little pockets where you can't eat seeds. Your doctor says you can't eat seeds anymore because the seeds get into the pockets and really irritate things. Well, you've already irritated things, so you want to just have the food without seeds while you're healing that. Totally able to heal it. So the first thing we're going to do is take out the seeds. I don't always do this on my smoothies or anytime I use lilikoi, but we can do it now. It's pretty easy. To take the seeds out of the lilikois, well, actually, for this whole recipe, you don't need a Vitamix. You can use a regular blender, whatever blender you want. And let me just check the camera to see if, yeah, you've been able to see that. Okay, so we're going to put some passion fruit in here, and I'm going to make enough. I drink a little of this before my run, and then I drink most of it afterwards. Some of these you're going, whoa, they're pretty wrinkly, and that's okay. That's how we want them. That's ripe. When they fall to the ground, they're like that. Oh, so I was telling you, I'm going to make part of this for my run, recovery, my breakfast. And I'm going to make some of this from my neighbor that gave me the lilikois. So not only is this tasty, it's very nutritious. It's really, really high in vitamin C. And I think you could just live off of bananas, because bananas are, you know, they have just enough fat not too much fat. They don't have quite enough water. I go through a lot of water. About a gallon a day, in addition to all my fruits. But if you look up the nutritional value of bananas, they really are exceptional. So that's why you see some of these people eating 30 bananas a day. I mean, I don't need that much food. I eat 11 or 12. I'm just doing bananas. And the passion fruit, oranges and other juicy fruit have more calories, but passion fruit doesn't have a lot of calories. Blueberries don't have a lot of calories. Berries themselves don't really have a lot of calories. Oops, no seeds in there. Oh, there they are, right there. So we're having a great winter with lots of rain. We had really big surf this week. In fact, Blue and I didn't take our swim yesterday when we went down to get more bananas and more food. But we did find some more lilikois. Okay, so there we go. Oh, where's my little top? Oopsie. Okay, oh, it's right here. I am literally making my breakfast in my home, you know, so I'm not... I haven't rehearsed this. Okay. I I just literally just set up the camera because I said, oh, you're going to want to see this. So you can put some water in this or not. Basically, you're just going to grind up the seeds. That's good. Good enough. And then I'm going to put this mixture into a bowl with a strainer. Just as simple as that. I'm going to strain it out. And as you can see, the seeds get kind of small, really small, so I don't really worry about them. I'm getting more nutritious benefits from the seeds. Some of the plant's natural defenses as well. But my immune system, once you build up your immune system, everything is strong. So it doesn't matter, it just becomes fiber. I'll wash that out. Just give it a little rinse here. But that said, if you do have diverticulosis, and a lot of people do, then you are going to want to strain the seeds out. Pretty quick process. Pretty easy. Passion fruit, if you've never tried them, have a wonderful sweet tart taste. Pretty much everyone loves them. People like to make fattening things like lilikoi butter here, and pies and lilikoi cheesecake, things like that. You know, you don't need to do that. They taste really great on their own. There's a few pieces of seeds, but they're just so small that I think it's going to be okay for my neighbor. I could put it through a finer strainer if I wanted to be particular about it. Okay, so now my bananas. Looking pretty ugly, and that's the way we want them. We don't necessarily want them bruised. You got to be careful when you're buying ripe fruit. I noticed in the grocery store, people aren't used to fruit eaters, and so they tend to, you know, be handling all this fruit, and sometimes you have to nicely say, you know, if you could, that fruit is really soft and ripe. If you could, I'd like to enjoy it unbruised. If you could not handle it. The big buying clubs like Costco and Sam's seem to be famous. I don't know why they got to rifle everything in the cart. I guess they're used to everything being in a box. But you see, I'm cutting off some parts of these bananas, but you know what? You don't really have to do that if your fruit is ripe and not bruised. Okay, so you want your bananas to have these spots on them, ideally. And that is because without it, the sugars haven't developed yet. So the fruit is not ripe, and therefore you're going to have a harder time digesting it. Now, personally, my wish is to make my digestion have the easiest time possible. And we have this social norm about food where it makes it as hard to digest as possible and makes the body have as hard a time as possible to live. But that's not what I want to do. I mean, I wouldn't want to put unripe fruit in my gas tank either in my car, because that's not the fuel it needs. It doesn't run on fruit, but I put what it runs on. So I'll just show you. So right here, when I buy them in all different stages. So here I have some getting spots on them. And here I have some that are more green. And then I have some more yellow ones as well. These are from last week's grocery shopping. I'm not really counting these because, you know, partially because I'm going to give some of this to my neighbor, but also I don't really need to worry about counting calories. Initially we do that just to see if we're on track. We take our blood work just to see if we're all on track and stuff like that. If we're getting what we need and we're assimilating what we need, that's more important. Yesterday I did do the grocery shopping and it was just so easy. I didn't have a salad prepared because I needed to get more salad. I'm in between stages in my garden where I don't have the greens. So I need to do that. Okay, and just pour the liquid juice on top. So, you know, I just went down and what was speaking to me, I was in one grocery store. I didn't even know really why I was in this grocery store. And they had some cut red cabbage, the purple one. They had it cut up. That's so good. So they just had a hunk cut up. It was $1. I'm going to put a little water in here because you'll notice I make my smoothies, my banana smoothies. I add water to all my fruit smoothies because I need the water. So it's not about trying to get your food to be the heavy state that you're used to. It's about getting more used to the watery state. That's beautiful. Just taste. Perfect. Swishing it around in my mouth a little bit. Let's talk about excellent. That is great. Okay, so I hope you're having an excellent day. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and let me know how you love banana lilikoi smoothies or your favorite banana smoothie. Thanks so much. Aloha.